you said something else too earlier. I was like, you said the right word, bro. And you said excitement. I'm looking for something that's going to excite me, and which is way better than passion. Passion and excitement is not the same thing. So the fact that you're looking for something that's going to excite you, to me, that right there is what you need, because you need to wake up every day and kind of to make sure you're able to do that.
Yeah, a lot of jobs are just jobs, but a lot of times I work for companies where you love the people. And you can wake up every day and go to work and just love the people you work with, and it'd be like, yeah, these clients are bozos, but man, we have a great team, And
that's true.
So you can be excited about a lot of different things. It would be great if passions were also filled with excitement too, and the excitement can go out of the passions you work for, and passions can die.
Most entrepreneurs lose because they follow their passion.
Okay, no, wait. I'm going to call you out on that.
Then I am going to open a burger joint. That would be great.
All right. So Gary Rabine.
Yeah.
All right. These were your words. I wrote them down here. He has a passion to pave driveways.
Right.
Those were your words.
Yeah, it was.
Tell me why this brother didn't fail, given his passion for paving driveways.
Absolutely. Reason being is because you got to know where passion lies in the success aspect of achievement. See, most people think passion...
I have no idea where it lies.
Yeah, well, so most people think passion is in the beginning. Actually, passion is when you're almost there. Good example, right? Well, here's how you just said it. Passion is an emotion, right? So when you follow passion like you follow emotions, like, let me ask you a question. Would you be with a girl who loves you one time and then she doesn't love you the second because of something? She's mad at you at one time and then she's crying for whatever reason. What is that? That's schizophrenic, right?
This explains your whole relationship shit, John. Picking the wrong women, brother.
That's why I'm always single.
But it's the exact same thing. When people follow passion, passion is a feeling, is an emotion. How many people have you heard, well, I need to do something. I'm going to do something when I'm passionate about it. Then you're never going to do it.
That's right.
Right? So the thing is, you got to find something that you're excited about. Good example, right? If I was to say to you, Dan, you know what? I'll pay you $750,000 to pick up poop. Would you pick up poop?
I do it all the time.
He'll do it all the time. Now, it's not because of the poop. He's excited because of what the poop offers him, which is a $750,000 for him to do what he needs to do, right? So therefore, to me, do something. How do you want to live? That's the first question.
Yeah.
And when you find out how you want to live, find something that you're excited about doing. And when you're excited about it, over time, here's what's going to end up happening. As you start seeing success, you're passionate about it because you're so close to what your success is.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
So because of that, that's the passion and excitement is not one and the same. And a lot of people think it is. That's why when people say excitement, when they say passion, like, do you mean you're excited about it or are you passionate about it? And they're like, what are you talking about? Because passion is a feeling. And I always tell entrepreneurs, you got to divorce your feelings. Don't do what feels good, do what produces good.
Well, passion, that's so interesting because like a lot of things, since it is, sort of emotional, it's I could say I've had a lot of passions in my life that have died out, right? I mean, I used to love tennis, played tennis all the time, and then when I realized I'm not going to be on the tour, it starts to die out, right?
So you're saying as you got closer to the end goal of being, apparently you had a subconscious be on the tour goal, and you're like, oh wait, that's not going to happen. Passion goes down.
I mean, yeah, like I played Division III tennis. I mean,
I'm not
going anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So by my last conference tournament, I was like in the closet, shut the door, see you never. Passionate about, like, I love the Indianapolis. We were talking about the Indianapolis Colts. I loved the Colts forever. And then one day it switches where it's like, look at that 58-year-old man in the stand painted his face, and he's out there and he's screaming and his Miller Lite's all over, and I'm like, that's sad. So my passion changes, and so now what's scary, and maybe you're feeling this too, Amr, is, it gets scary to think about, I don't know where my passions are,
But that's
they
okay.
shift. And
it is bizarre, isn't it? It's scary.
But that's okay.
It's almost existential.
It is. And so it's like, boy, I really wish something really riled me up. And I'd be like, I'm going to join that society or that association or whatever. And I want to give all my extra time to it and all of that. And it's like right now, it's sort of like, I clean up poop from the dogs and my baby. And I don't get extra money for that. So
Totally.
Anyway,
but you got to find out what are you excited about. That's really what it is.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's a different, to me anyway, that's just helped me stay centered, right?
Well, Dan, are you excited about improv?
More so now. I mean, I think there have been ebbs and flows in that, where it's times just going to walk away,
Yeah, same here.
or I'm getting excited about where we're at. So
Same here.
but it's not passionate, because I feel like you get excited, and I feel like it's a passion when I'm like auditioning for anything, and I'm doing, and it really comes from a true
Bingo.
sense of
Right.
who I, it's a part of me, and I'm out there and put myself out there, no matter the level of success, right? And when it feels less successful, yeah, the passion, if it
Wanes,
was
right?
really, or it's more the excitement goes down.
So excitement is one thing, passion is another thing,
Ex-
and passion shows up often later in the journey, is what you're saying.
Because he just said it. It doesn't matter what happens. You're so you're obsessed, right? So when you're obsessed, like think about it. We just talked about it, right? Elon, your boy, he was passionate about Tesla, so he was willing to put everything, even his kids, on the line for it,
He did.
right? So why is that? Because he's passionate, because he believes it's going to do X, Y, and Z. So that's an obsession. That's not a commitment.
Do you think that's do you think that's
Yes, it is irresponsible.
You do?
Yes.
And do you think it's
It is.
what?
Pay it
What?
off.
No, I mean it's irresponsible, but it's a risk. And visionaries and leaders are willing to take risk, right? I mean, it goes back to everything we talked about earlier, right? But his passion is definitely in what he's doing.
Damn, I didn't see that.
I think a lot of entrepreneurs are just committed.
Okay, so wait, let me just make sure I get this straight, and then we should wrap up here soon. So you're saying Elon put everything at risk, not just capital, which is often what I look at, just capital. You're like, no, Amr, he put his kids on the line too.
Mm-hmm.
His relationship with his kids, supporting his kids, financing their lives, all that has been put on the line, and he's willing to lose all that. Now, I myself was previously married. I got married at 23. I then got divorced at 29, and it was bumpy. We were together even for 3 years before that, so I knew her for like almost 10 years. And parted ways. But as I look back on it now, I was on Wall Street. I was at JP Morgan. I got to the executive director level in my 20s, and I was working towards a goal. I had a financial goal of like, let's say, $1 million. And I was working towards that goal. And I saw that as like, that'll get me to a new frontier, the promised land. And I was passionate about that goal. Now, truth be told, when I reached it, I was like, fuck this. This was not the right goal for me. It just didn't work. I wanted to leave the business. But along the journey, right, I think my ex-wife, was impacted by some of the choices I was making
Right.
to reach that goal.
Right.
I was doing a lot of client entertainment. I was reading a lot about the markets. I would have my finger on the pulse of what's going on with all the new. And this is why I feel comfortable with business news and other shit, because I just did so much of that. And not gonna lie, like anniversaries, birthdays here and there, it was not perfect. I was in my 20s. I also had my head up my ass, what relationships were. So a whole bunch of things came together. But I now see that I took a risk, and it wasn't just with my own life, it was with everyone around me. And that's happening here too now that I think about it, with my wife and kids. And I'm uber, like ultra focused on like, yo, Amr, what's your long-term strategy with your family? I don't want the same thing to happen. And so I'm
Right.
trying to balance now risk tolerance.
Yep.
It's not just capital. It's
Yep.
also like my daughter looking at me saying, I want that princess dress. And I'll be like, what am I saying? Honey, I don't have money for it. Like that breaks my heart right now saying that.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it that way, that Elon put his kids at risk too.
Yeah.
Or at least his relationship with his kids.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, every action has a reaction, and here's the thing. My wife is I met her at 19 and she's now 31. So we've known each other for it's coming on 13 years, right? And I'll give you this. This is what Gary gave me, right? When I was talking, because I was just looking into getting married. I got married late. I mean, I won't say late. We got married at the right time, right? It was, we've been in it for 3 years now. So, and the one thing he says, there's two things that, most couples wish that they should have done. And I think this is with business as well. One is communication. The more communication you have, overly communicate. If she marries you, she's going to go with you wherever, as long as communication. And I believe Elon probably does a lot of that. But I think the one thing that I know that I've done well with all of the craziness that I have is I check the engine light. And I remember him telling me that, Quentin, you check the engine light. When that engine light goes on, everything else pauses because nothing is more important than your family. And because to me, the reason why I'm in existence is because my goal is, the reason I'm here on life is to influence 1 billion people, yes, but it's to bring my wife and my son
Did you
back
say
to
to
Jesus
influence
Christ.
1 billion people?
Yep, it's to influence 1 billion people.
Okay.
But it's also to take me,
Sounds like
my
a
wife.
pretty small goal there, Quentin.
Well, I said, yeah, it could be, but that's what
That
God put
reminds
on
me
my
of a book
heart.
I'm reading. But so no, get to the second one. But it's also to what with your wife?
Oh, to her and my son to get back to Jesus Christ, to take them to heaven. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to make sure that happens. And
So you
but
keep your eye on that ball.
check
and
the
that,
engine light all the time, man.
right.
When the engine light is on, everything else pauses because that's what you need.
And do you believe? So that resonates with me. So a big part of my life is my faith. I'm Muslim.
Yeah.
And my whole thing about being Muslim is like about being with God, meeting God, knowing God. That's like the whole purpose of being Muslim. Your job is you come in this world to know God,
Right.
and it's another way to say it's to worship God.
Right.
So servitude.
Right.
But how do I want to say this? Do you believe as let's say you get closer to your final destination, right? Which in this world is let's say death.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe your passion for that will increase?
Passion for death.
No, passion for.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Depends on the illness.
Give me some death.
I need to
Come
go.
on, God. No, passion for reaching the goal.
Oh,
of,
yeah.
Of getting to
so
Jesus
the reason
Christ.
why it's 1 billion is you mean that aspect of it, right? The 1 billion, or is that what you're
No,
referring to?
I'm saying you have a goal of getting you, your wife, and your child to Jesus Christ.
Correct.
That's your goal. That's your. And I understood you as
take them back to heaven. Absolutely.
Take them back to heaven. Thank you. On that, there's a journey there.
Correct.
As you get closer to that journey, which is end of life,
right?
Would you expect to get more passionate?
I think
about
I would reflect. So the reason why, like for me, right, I think that's a never-ending goal because you never really. And I'm not there yet. I mean, I'm not 65, 80, 90, whenever that time comes, right? But I lived in the moment. So my moment now is, am I doing stuff morally that I need to do? So that's the foundation for them. Am I giving them the love, the agape love that they're supposed to receive? So
Agape?
Agape is unconditional regardless.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, am I doing all of these things that they can say whenever I leave, like Kobe, right?
God rest his soul.
Yeah, but what did he leave?
his
He
daughter.
left a legacy, right? But you can never say that now that you can never say like this, right? Even though as difficult time it's going to be for his wife, did he make sure she's taking, like, she never has to go back to work? Granted, she has a lot that she's going to have to take care of, but she's never have to worry about money. She can never say that she didn't feel loved. She can never like anything, right? So you never know when your time is here leaving, right? But the question is, when that happens, do the people that's closest to you, they have a moral compass? And I think you agree with that. And if that answer for me is yes, I know I did what I was supposed to do.
And I think that's part of the exploration I'm going through now is like we get so self-centered, and I've gotten very far away from my faith in ways that, like, was weekly churchgoer or things that nature. I'm big into service and giving back, not only giving back to the community, but living by example and how you can show that, Christian faith, what have you. And it's mostly gone away because we get a newborn and you're married and you got a house and your job and you're just self-involved. So now it's part of the exploration is can my future employer help me do that? Can I find that avenue on my own with the other activities that I have? And maybe they should take a back seat to giving back. So that's been a deep, thing I've been thinking about. And how do I support my family in the same way as far as being a spiritual leader in the house and that sort of thing? So a lot to think about there that's absent.
The one thing I've noticed a lot of people don't have, like, you have a mission statement for your business, right? A lot of people don't have a mission statement for their life.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you had a mission statement for your life, you'll know exactly the route that you want to go and what you should do. And I do. And that's the reason why I have the numbers that I have and all that other stuff.
Is your mission to get your family to heaven?
Yeah. So my full mission is basically, to basically help at a minimum 1 billion people by creating vehicles that are bigger than me, helping them personally, financially, and spiritually, ultimately giving God all the glory. And that's my mission statement.
I do a men's group therapy thing, and the mission I wrote, I had my original mission, I've changed it. Now my mission is I create a world of love and trust, unconditional love. I create a world of unconditional love and trust around me through creative conflict. So I actually look for conflict and try and work it so that we all walk away with unconditional love and trust.
So therefore, you should be good in all this stuff you got going on there. All
Should
of
be
this.
what? Should be what?
You're good with
Yeah.
the pressure. The pressure.
Yeah.
This is conflict. This is conflict.
This is
Right.
core to your mission.
Now
gotta
get
change my
creative,
mission.
my
There you
friend.
go. You're that. But you know what? Company mission statements change, and I'm sure as we grow as people, those
Yeah,
change and
yeah.
shift a little bit
Absolutely.
too, right?
Yeah.
So
They do.
I just need to write one down.
That's
Maybe
wisdom.
that's how I'll spend the afternoon.